Hey, friends. Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. Come join me, your host, Nicole, for some hope-filled conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing. Hey, Hallmarkies. Welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. I'm your host, Nicole, joined today for the first time by my friend, Kimberley, who I know from Rama Drama.
Yes, how cool that Rama Drama brought us together. And here I am.
Yes. Before we get started, since this is your first time on the podcast, what was your favorite part of Rama Drama West Palm Beach?
I think my favorite part was definitely the one-on-one meet and greets for sure. I had 2 minutes with Tyler Hines. That was
That's awesome.
so special.
That's awesome. I didn't do any one-on-one meet and greets, but I did meet everybody, of course. I just wasn't able to do those one-on-one.
Got it. Yeah, it was so much fun. Like the whole event in itself is amazing. So
Yes, it is. Gabrielle and Sarah do an incredible job.
yes, I completely agree.
Yes. Unfortunately, I think I pretty much only got 2 minutes to talk to Tyler Hans because it was on Sunday. And I don't know if you were at the Postables panel on Friday, but at the end of the panel, they drew names of Postables that were there for the skits that would be done on Sunday. And mine was one of the names drawn. So, for some reason, I didn't get a chance all weekend until Sunday to meet Tyler. And the only time left that I had to meet him was literally right before the skits. So, after I met Tyler, I had to literally bolt to the other room.
He was a busy guy at Rama Drama.
But
Pretty much
so sweet.
and he's the greatest. Like any event that he's at, his
Yeah.
lines are always like super full and people waiting.
Yeah.
And I think at Rama Drama West Palm Beach, I think in all reality it felt like 8 hours that I waited to meet him like one time.
Wow, that's crazy. But
That's what it
worth
felt like. It was
Yeah.
worth every moment.
Hopefully next time I'll get to talk to him a little bit more than 2 minutes.
Yes. That's yeah, he's just incredible. Like he'll actually take longer than 2 minutes to talk to you, like so focused and
Yes.
just such a good person.
Yeah. Even from the few minutes I got to talk to him, I really could tell that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part would be singing with Kristen at karaoke night.
I was there at karaoke night. It was an incredible time just seeing everyone like just kind of come out of their shell, and it was like probably one of the most fun moments I can remember.
Yeah.
Just kind of seeing everyone just break out of their shell and just kind of don't care, in the moment of like not caring about anything. Besides karaoke.
It was fun. I have to admit, I was nervous, but I thought to myself, you don't get a chance like this every day. I'm going to take it.
Exactly.
And Andrew's performance of This Is How We Do It, I'm still cracking up.
Every single time I think of that, it just absolutely cracks me up.
Yes. And then the performance of I Want It That Way from Deck the Hallmark. Oh my gosh.
Every moment of it was hilarious. Like, I think, the Deck the Hallmark part.
That was priceless.
And then, what was it? Sweet Tyler Hines was the Spicy Heiny song.
Yes.
I cannot hear that song right anymore.
I can't
either. It's always going to be that to me now.
Every time I hear that song now, I think of that performance in karaoke night.
Oh, I love it. I miss Rama Drama so much.
Yes.
I can't wait for another one.
There'll be another one soon. Yeah. But anyway, why don't we get to the reason why we are here, which is to review the newest Hallmark Channel movie, Making Waves, starring Corey Cott and Holland Roden. It was written by Kate Shriver and Laura Stryker and directed by Terry Ingram. What did you think about this movie when you
I
first watched it?
personally was so excited to watch it because I love Holland Roden. I think
Me
she's
too.
just
Yeah.
amazing. I think I most became interested in her when she did Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas.
Yes,
And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such a fan of her work. Like she does such a great job.
she does. Yeah.
So in all reality, I was excited to see the movie. And when it came on, I was like, it actually turned out to be a really
It
good movie.
did. Yeah.
I feel like I wanted more, more of the movie.
Yeah, I did too. I would actually like to see a sequel to this and see them working together at the label.
Yeah, Making Waves 2.
Yeah,
That
making
would be
waves too.
awesome.
Yeah, that would really be cool. And I loved how Terry Ingram directed this. I know him as a director from Chesapeake Shores. He does a great job, always.
Yeah, he actually also directed Time for Him to Come Home for
Yes, he
Christmas.
did.
So,
That's right. So we get in the first scene, Amelia is working out while listening to Just Begun by the Figure Eights. And then she finishes her workout and she goes to watch a video on her computer from her friend Sam and her husband Manuel, who are the owners of the Wave Rider Inn in the Outer Banks, which is pretty cool.
I love seeing the Outer Banks in there. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah.
watched the Outer Banks show.
I've heard of it, but I know some of it is filmed here in Charleston.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool show.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to kind of see another,
Yeah.
Charleston, or Outer Banks moment,
Yeah.
on Hallmark.
Yeah.
I'm like, Outer Banks came to Hallmark.
Yeah.
So
I've never
excited.
been to the Outer Banks either, like actually in person.
I've never been to North Carolina at all, but
Oh,
I'm a
wow.
huge fan of Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah,
And
he's
his
great.
books are based in North Carolina, or is it
Yeah.
South Carolina? One of the two.
Some of them. It might be a variation of both. I know part of the Notebook movie was filmed here.
Yes,
Pretty
yes.
close to me where I live, which is pretty cool. Even though I've never been to the Outer Banks, I have been to some places in North Carolina. A while back, me and my mom and my brother would every summer for about a week go up to Sunset Beach, North Carolina with my cousin and her mom and dad, which are, of course, my aunt and uncle. And that was always fun.
Yeah, I would like to visit North Carolina at some point.
Yeah, there's some beautiful
Any of the
areas.
Carolinas,
Yeah.
my friend, one of my old coworkers' sisters actually flew to Myrtle Beach. So she actually just got there today.
Oh,
and she's
that's awesome.
posting pictures. And I'm like, it looks so cool.
Yes, and Myrtle Beach is actually pretty close to Sunset Beach. It's a couple hours, maybe two.
Oh, okay.
An hour or two away.
It's it looks
really
amazing. Yeah. And everyone I know that's been to the Carolinas in general say how gorgeous it is. I'm like, I really want to go at some point.
Yeah, you totally should. If you ever go to Sunset Beach, there's a little town right outside of Sunset. It's called Calabash. And they have this huge store. It's kind of like a mercantile. And they have a whole section of the store dedicated to Christmas.
Okay, that's on my level.
I'm not even joking.
That is so on my level. If you one little tidbit about me, in case anyone is wondering, that's my favorite holiday. I'm super obsessed with all things Christmas. Actually, working in events, I was working in a media company, and they had a contest for best decorated desk.
Oh,
and
wow.
Guess who won the competition?
You did?
Yes. And
That's
there was
awesome.
yes, there was actually, just a whole bunch of it was like Christmas kind of, like, threw up on my desk. It was a lot.
Oh my goodness. But I think you'd really like it. It's called Callahan's of Calabash.
Oh, I would love it. It sounds amazing.
It really is. And they even have a section of the store, it's like food and goodies. They have
Oh,
fudge
geez.
too.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
I can imagine.
So if any of you listeners out there have never been to Calabash and Callahan's, definitely go next time you're
Mm.
there. It's definitely worth it. We find out that Amelia, she works at Dream It Real Records in A&R. Her boss is Lydia, who is divorced. And this line kind of made me laugh. And it's in the beginning of the movie when Amelia gets to work and Lydia is on the phone with, I think, her ex-spouse. And then she hangs up and she's like, never go into the music business with your spouse, or they will eventually become your ex-spouse.
I feel like that happens a lot in the music industry.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Her ex is RJ, or Ryan James, and he owns RJ's record, which is Dream It Real's big competitor. And they beat out Dream It Real too many times that year with new artists. Boo.
I agree. Boo.
Because of their lucrative deals that they offer.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh. We find this out in the meeting at the label. And in that meeting, Amelia is pushing for the figure eights to be signed. And Lydia is a little hesitant because, the board at the label wants something more mainstream. But Lydia gives Amelia a chance to do some research, and she does. She finds that the figure eights are playing at the Making Waves Music Festival in the Outer Banks. And of course, she goes on a trip to the Outer Banks. And I loved that scene when she is returning to the Outer Banks and she reunites with Sam and her husband. I thought that was really nice.
I did like that part a lot when she did return. And it was funny to me how she discovers later on that Will is the head guy
Yeah.
of the band.
Yeah. Why don't we just talk about that for a second while we're there?
Yes. Yes.
That was one of my favorite scenes when she is at day one of the festival and she's standing next to RJ after just having a conversation with him about the figure eights. And Will has his back turned to the audience on stage. And then he turns around and Amelia's just like
Yeah,
what?
she was like, oh, how did I not know this? Like, it was kind of like a moment that, like, a light bulb went off in her head. Like, how
Yeah.
come I didn't know this whole time? Yet she
Yes.
never put two and two if, he was so involved in this band stuff,
Yeah.
and that to me was kind of also like, I don't know. It just struck me as odd that she wouldn't have known that piece of information. Or like
Yeah.
he never told her like back in the day, or like
I
even
don't
like
know.
even like she
His
never
voice.
researched the band.
I
Like
don't
it makes no,
know.
and then you're right, like his voice. Did she not recognize his voice?
I don't know.
I mean, although like talking voices sometimes and singing voices aren't the
Can be
same.
different. Yeah,
Because
that's true.
like Keith Urban has an accent when you talk to him in person, but when he sings,
You
he
can't
doesn't
really
have an
tell.
Australian accent. So
No.
maybe this was the case as well with
Yeah.
this situation.
Yeah. These are the questions we would love to know.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I also loved after the performance and Will and Amelia talking about it, and he is just cracking up that she didn't know.
I was laughing after that whole thing happened.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like he kind of looked at her like, duh, you never figured it out. Hello.
Like what?
The
Oh
whole
my,
time.
oh my gosh. I also loved before the performance when she had just ordered a chili dog from one of the stands at the festival. And then they go on talking about what they've been up to since their time apart or since they went their
Yes.
separate ways.
That was a great scene too.
Yeah, it was. And then this also made me laugh when Amelia is talking to Sam after talking to Will, and Sam mentions the time one summer when they tried to form Beef Fry Records.
The name of it. I remember laughing when I heard them say that for the first time.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh, that
gosh.
was hilarious. I think another favorite scene of mine is after Amelia has arrived and she's gotten settled in the Outer Banks, and she goes to the deep blue for the first time in a while. She sees the Mary Anns perform. They're really good too, I have to admit.
I thought so as well.
Yeah. And I
I
love
loved the figure eights, but the Mariannes, they
they
were
were
super
great.
good.
Yes. I wonder if they actually are a group. I
You
would love
know,
to know
that's
that.
something that I wanted to look up after the movie was over,
Yeah.
but it totally slipped my mind.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to look it up now while it's on my mind.
Same.
But I loved how supportive Amelia was, and she was like, "I want to sign you
Hmm.
to the label." That was awesome.
I thought so too. And I got a little mad, you know, typical Hallmark, there's always something that goes down where you think it's not going to work out. And I was angry at the situation.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh, but then it all worked itself out like every Hallmark movie, which is why we love them so much.
Yes. One of the funny moments I have in my notes is after Amelia has gotten off the phone with Lydia when she was at the Deep Blue. And of course, she missed the figure eights performance because of that phone call. And she goes back inside. She sees Will and she asked how the performance was. And she's like, "How were they?" And he says, "Oh, they were incredible. It was the best that they've ever done." I'm joking. They were fine.
Oh, it's almost like she should have known that he was kind of being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hello. He's the lead singer, but she still didn't put two and two.
It's like, how are you not seeing this, Amelia?
She should have put two and two.
Right in front
That
of
like
you.
it bothered me so much.
Yeah.
But then also made me laugh like, oh my gosh. What just happened?
I do have to say, I like how they solved that pretty quickly in this movie, and that wasn't the thing that was the issue, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yes. Do you feel that there should have been more music? Like there should have been more from the figure eights? Like
Yeah,
I feel like there should
I
have
would have.
been more band stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
it was like that same song.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a little bit more
Yeah, I
of
feel like
the
that was kind of
performance. Yeah.
lacking.
Yeah,
Um,
just a little bit, but it was still great. I still enjoyed what we
it
did
was
see.
I
Yeah.
exactly. I think they had good chemistry too.
Yeah. That conversation that Manuel and Sam have on the porch, what did you think about that in the moment? Because at that point in the movie, we didn't know that they were thinking about selling the inn. What did you think it was about?
I actually had no idea at the moment what it was going to be about.
I didn't
So
either. Yeah.
I was kind of like it came to me as a surprise.
Yeah.
Um, like I wanted to know what was going to happen next.
Yeah.
So I was very, very surprised at that moment.
Me too. Yeah. It's like, what could it be? Could it be
Yeah,
something about adoption?
I had thought for a split second maybe it could be something like that, but I
Yeah.
never knew.
It was about the end. Yeah.
Yeah,
Until
and
they
then
said it.
yes, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness.
I know.
Everything would go downhill if it was sold."
You can't sell the end.
No.
Oh my goodness. And that is a beautiful inn, I just have to say.
It is gorgeous. And let's talk about the name of
Uh,
the was the restaurant Deep Blue.
yeah, I loved that too. Yeah.
It was so cool. It was so fitting, like being,
Yes.
the Outer Banks and then
Yeah.
Deep Blue as the name. It was
Yes.
perfect. I
It
don't think
was.
it could have been any more perfect.
Yes. I actually stayed in a very cute inn right after Rama Drama in West Palm Beach. We had, of course, left West Palm and we drove a little ways to New Smyrna Beach. They have one of the cutest inns. I'm not even joking. It's called the Black Dolphin. When we walked in, I literally felt like I was walking into my own Hallmark movie.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I now you got me wanting to look it up. I'm going to.
It's beautiful. It's really
It
beautiful.
sounds so dreamy.
It is. And the beach there is so pretty. We didn't actually get to sit on the beach, but we did do a little walking on the beach. But
Mhm.
what's cool is that is, I think, one of the few beaches you can drive your car onto and park it.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Super
Next
cool.
time we go, I think we're gonna do that.
That's yeah. I don't know if I've ever been to a beach that you can
I
thus
haven't
far.
either. No, that was the
Oh my
first one for
gosh.
me.
It
But
sounds cool. Let
yeah.
me know if you do that.
Yes. If you ever decide to go to New Smyrna, stay at the Black Dolphin Inn.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't meet any Hallmark type hunks there, but that's okay.
It's the one thing they're lacking.
Maybe
Hey,
so.
Black Dolphin, get on it.
Get on it. Just kidding.
Hey, maybe Rama Drama should head to the Black Dolphin.
Maybe. Who knows?
Then you get a 2-in-1.
I'll be cracking up over here. Okay. Oh. Anyway, this scene with Amelia and her talking on the phone with Lydia, this also made me laugh. It is after she goes on her run and she gets back to her room. Lydia is calling. They talk a little bit about what's going on with signing the figure eights. And then Lydia says, "Why are you so red? Is that a sunburn? I'm not paying you to relax on the beach, you know." Lydia, you're breaking up. I can't, yeah, I can't hear you. Bye.
Good scene. Good scene altogether.
I probably
Nice
would do
call.
the same thing.
Nice call, Hallmark.
Oh my gosh. What did you think about Uncle Ted? I thought he was a great side character in this movie.
Yeah, I think he was a nice addition to the movie in itself.
Yeah.
Without Uncle Ted, I don't know. I feel like something would be missing.
And I also noticed that the guy who plays Uncle Ted was also in Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas.
How did I not catch that? Okay, now I have to go back and watch Making Waves all over again.
He played in Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas the one that owned the store, the music store.
Oh my goodness. Stop. That totally clicked in my mind now. That's why he looks so familiar.
The one that helped him find the song.
I have seen Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas a gajillion times. And then watching this movie, I thought he looked familiar, Mr.
Yeah.
Uncle Ted. And well, that would be why.
Yes, exactly. He was great. Goodness. In the conversation that he has with Will at the Deep Blue, we find out that the dock behind the bar is up for sale, and if they don't make a good offer, they'll lose the stage. Boo.
Boo.
Another boo.
So sad.
I
Like,
know.
what a setting for the stage. If they would have lost it, I feel
That
like
would have been, yeah.
it would have been such a twist in the movie.
Yes.
You know, what a setting for the stage itself,
Yeah.
you know, on the beach. And I think I would have been super, super sad
I
if they would have
know.
lost it.
Yes. And we'll talk a little bit about how they save it in just a little bit, which I loved how they did that. Another favorite moment is Will and Amelia's walk and talk on the dock. I thought that was a nice scene between them.
Yes, I like that as well.
Yeah. She's talking about her family, and this is another line that made me laugh when they're talking about her love life, and Will says, "I'm surprised you don't have a line of suitors waiting to bust down your door." Amelia, that sounds exhausting. Doors are also just really expensive to replace. That was a terrible joke.
Yeah, that one could have totally been left out.
Oh my gosh. It was funny, but it was a terrible joke. They see their carved initials and realize that the dock is where they had their first kiss, which was sweet.
It's always sweet when they
Yeah.
do, you know, pull a moment like that.
Yeah. What did you think about the thing they talked about with what drove them apart? We know that Will thought Amelia was mad at him because he tried to make her do something she didn't really want to do. She has horrible stage fright and was embarrassed because she thought she had disappointed him about letting him down.
I think it was important that they talked about it
I think so
and
too.
it made more sense. Um, you know, kind of what happened and what
Yeah.
split them two
Yeah.
apart.
Mhm.
But I was happy that through that, you know, later on we'll find out that it actually this disappointment between both of them actually drew them closer together in the
It
end.
did. Yes, it did.
So I think it's always important when that heart to heart, you know, happens
Yeah.
because then, you know, they find out why one was mad at the other or maybe
Mhm.
they weren't mad at one another.
Yeah.
And you know, and it kind of spirals out of control until it
Yeah.
comes down to a one-on-one conversation.
Yes. I thought that was nice. Another favorite scene is when Amelia is spending time at the beach with Will and the band. The kayak race. That was awesome.
Yes, I actually really, really liked the kayak race too. I
Yeah.
thought it was a good scene altogether.
Yes. And then him playing his music, which I loved as well, and the guitar.
Yes. I did love, I thought just the scene setting with him playing guitar
Mhm.
was perfect.
Yes, it was. It was great. The second day of the music festival, I really loved most of these scenes as well. We get a conversation with Amelia and the Mariannes, and she offers to help at their booth, which was so thoughtful of her. And then the banter when Will shows up and he's like, "Are these for sale?" And she's like, "Nope, we're all out."
Yes. Oh my gosh, that scene was actually really, really funny to me.
Yeah.
I remember laughing when
Yeah.
it came to that part in the movie. I thought it was actually perfect how it all kind of
Yeah.
played out between both of them. Like,
Yeah.
no, they're not for sale.
Nope. We're all out.
Sorry, you can't buy any.
Nope. Nope. Oh my goodness. And then the comedy continues when it gets a little bit later and it's just the two of them talking about their photo booth photos and the album cover and their band name Dual Flames, which is, as they describe, a one-hit wonder group that kind of fell off the face of the earth.
The dual. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I also loved seeing Will finding out that Amelia helped get them moved to the A stage. That was awesome.
Yes, the look on his face was priceless.
He knew almost right away. He's like, "Did you?"
Yep. Yeah, he called her on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
then
you're the one.
the inflatable guitar, that was priceless.
Oh my goodness. That was something that I never thought would happen. Yes.
I'm just gonna like, I don't know,
Play the inflatable guitar.
play the inflatable guitar. Before we move on to the next scene, one more moment I loved about this was the advice from Will to Amelia about her confidence and believing in herself. That was so sweet.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Like I said before, like
Mhm.
these tough times that both of them had that drew them apart actually
Yeah.
in all reality later on
Yeah.
helped bring them closer together.
Yes. Will and Amelia spending more time together, and this is when they are sitting on the back of his pickup truck listening to his new song.
Yep, that was actually one of my favorite parts in
Yeah.
the movie itself.
Yeah.
And her hair looked so pretty in
It
that part.
did.
I loved
Yeah.
it. It
Yeah.
was it was almost like a country scene. Like a
Yeah.
it
I could
felt
see
very
that.
country, you know what I mean?
I could see that. Yeah. And I have to say, the costuming in this movie was amazing.
Yes. Yes, her wardrobe like was totally fitting. Well, I mean, I even think in Time for Him to Come Home her wardrobe was fitting, but
Yes.
even more so with this movie, I think it really kind of upped the movie itself.
Yeah.
Between, his wardrobe, her wardrobe,
Mhm.
it was all pretty precise and like on point.
It was, and I probably would wear almost every single one of those things that she wore.
I agree. I agree. She's just pretty in general. I don't think
She is, yeah.
there's any one thing that she could wear that would look horrible.
No, I loved all the dresses, all the tops.
Yeah. One of my favorite outfits that she wore was the one when she was in the pickup truck. That
That
it
was
was
one of
like
my favorites. Yeah.
the dress, super
Yes.
pretty.
Yeah. And even the workout clothes.
Yes. That's what I live in when I'm not working.
The yoga pants that she wore when
Yes.
she went on a run with Sam, I loved those.
Yes, and everything was so matchy matchy. I loved it.
Yeah. We find out, I believe, in the scene after that, or a few scenes after that, that Will and Uncle Ted didn't get enough money from the bank loan to match the Marcel group's offer on the dock, which is unfortunate.
I agree.
Boo.
Boo to that as well.
What did you think about the dinner at the Deep Blue with Amelia, Sam, and Manuel when she's trying to help them work everything out with selling the inn?
Yeah, I actually liked that scene a lot.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And one of the, I guess I'd say better scenes of the movie.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. And then Amelia goes to talk to Will and she finds out that they have decided to sign with the competition. Boo! That's a big boo.
Exactly. Big boo to that. I was so like mad and upset at that part.
Yeah.
Um, ugh.
Ugh.
Anytime something like that happens, like big boo to
Ah,
it.
yeah. Before that scene ends, we get a little shot of Amelia seeing photos of other artists who were discovered at the Deep Blue, and she gets an idea. What did you think her idea was in that moment before it was actually announced or mentioned?
Like what she decides to do
Yeah, what did you
for the
think? Yeah,
I thought in the back of my mind she was going to hold some kind of event
I
to
did
help.
too. Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
what
don't
I
know
thought.
why, because it always, anytime there's like some kind of music scene or something, it always comes out to be kind of the same idea of things.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to hold a concert and, help raise funds to essentially put everything back on track. So
Yeah.
I actually kind of was not surprised. I was kind of wondering like where it would go.
Yeah.
And then when it actually happened, I'm like, yep, I called
Yeah.
that one.
I kind of called it too. I mean, I didn't know for sure, but I figured it was going to have something to do with helping save the Deep Blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Anytime there's some kind of music in a movie or something, I
Yeah.
just kind of all goes to the same thing. Like there'll be a
Yeah.
benefit for it.
Yep. Yes. And speaking of how they saved the Deep Blue, Amelia and Sam, they worked together to contact every single artist that had been discovered and had their careers launched there, which I thought that was awesome. And they made donations, of course.
Yes, I absolutely love that part. It's kind of genius.
Yeah.
To kind of go back from where they
Mhm.
started,
Mhm.
to try to get those donations that they needed to save the Deep Blue.
Yeah.
Um, it was definitely one of the more perfect scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
And I loved how it all worked out, and it's just so good. It was so
Yes.
good.
I loved the reaction from Uncle Ted and Will. Will was almost on the verge of tears.
I saw the tears coming. They never actually appeared, but like,
I'm not gonna lie, I almost teared up myself.
yes, yes. And I thought for a split second, yes, he's going to cry.
Yeah,
It
that was
just
really
didn't.
sweet.
They
Yeah.
should have maybe made him cry
I
for
know.
that part.
I know.
Like, please cry.
Just a little bit.
Makes it a little more real.
Yes. But he was almost there. He was getting there. Oh my goodness. After Uncle Ted has left to contact the real estate company about everything that has just transpired, Will tells Amelia that he and the band have decided to sign with Dream It Real after all. Yay!
Yay!
But that does not last long.
A big boo again.
Can we just talk about Lydia for a second? Because bleh.
Yuck. Just absolute yuck.
If I had to guess, I feel like she's kind of manipulative.
Kind of.
Yeah, like
How about a lot?
a lot.
There's no kinda in that. She
No,
was.
not
She
at
was
all.
manipulative.
I hated that. Ugh.
I think that part made me super angry when I first watched it. I'm
It
sitting
did
there
too.
going, "Oh, are
I
you
was,
kidding me?"
yeah, that whole scene when Amelia and Lydia are meeting, when Lydia gets to town, and Amelia walks away to get Lydia's computer from the rental car. Will walks out and meets her, and everything just
Goes kaput right there.
she basically, let's just say she backtracked pretty much. She says she tried to convince the board. I don't think so.
Nope. There was no tried in that at all.
No.
There
She,
was no trying.
she completely just, yeah, defeated the purpose of why Amelia was trying to get the figure eight signed. And also backtracked on the promise to let Amelia lead the indie division. Like, really?
Ugh.
I do love how Amelia quit like right on the spot. She's like, I can't work for you anymore. I'm sorry. Thank you for the offer, but I'm done.
I was actually super glad that she just was like, you know what? I'm not going to actually deal with this.
Yeah.
So I'm gone. Close the
Bye.
door. Yeah, exactly.
Bye, Felicia.
But let's talk about what she does after she leaves,
Yes. She starts her own label.
which is what she should have done in the first place. girl power. She can,
Yeah.
she should have had her own label though, because she knew what music was good.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Exactly.
I mean, I was so happy at that moment that she decided to do that.
I was too. Yeah.
Ugh,
That was
I
one
loved
of my
it.
favorite moments when she
Same.
announces at the festival in front of everyone that she and Sam are starting their own label, Two Waves Music.
Yes. And how perfect of a name as well.
Yes. That was perfect. Yeah. Of course, she and Sam want the Figure Eights to be their first group signed, which is
I think
awesome.
that's perfect too.
Yes.
I was so happy.
Yes. And can we just talk about that conversation between Will and Amelia at the festival when everyone is like cheering? That was
And kind of staring at them off to the side stage.
yeah.
But then, like, the part that was the coolest to me was the reality of overcoming fear right then and there.
Yes.
I think it was an important part to the film because, like, when they were brought together, like obviously she was fearful before, and like he learned that about her. And then when it came to that part, it's like you knew like the reason why they were put together. He helped her overcome all this huge fear of talking on stage and being the center of attention basically, and all eyes on you.
Yeah.
And all the eyes were on them off the side of the stage.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was so sweet. The I love yous and the kiss. That kiss was, I think I need a fan.
It wasn't a bad one, that's for sure.
I loved when Will said, "Wherever you are is where I'm gonna be."
That was one of the cutest quote. Well, actually, probably the cutest quote.
Yeah.
In the whole movie.
Yes, definitely one of my favorites too in the movie.
Loved it.
And of course, I have to mention the performance from the Figure Eights, and then him dedicating his new song "All My Life" to Amelia.
Yes, but do you remember when he originally sang it to her?
I think, wasn't it when they were sitting on the back of his pickup truck?
Yes, in the pickup truck.
Yes.
I had thought for a split second in my mind, girl, you are not realizing this song is about you?
You?
Come on.
I know, same. I did too.
So then when he sang it and dedicated it to her, I'm like, see, I knew it.
Yes. Very nice moment to end off the movie before the time jump that we get. I loved that.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Before I go to the time jump, I have to mention the sweet moment between Manuel and Sam after they've signed the contract to sell the inn. He surprises her with the cottage that he had the lawyers save for them. That was so sweet.
I loved that part.
Yeah. Did you know in that moment that the cottage would be used for the record label?
No, but
I didn't either.
What a great idea.
That was brilliant.
It was such a brilliant moment. And then it was cool how it all like came together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was meant to be all along.
Yes, exactly. And that time jump, that was pretty cool too. That was really sweet. Will brings the coffee and they talk about, I guess, plans for the album, which I loved.
Yes, same here.
Yeah. And I loved how Amelia was like, he's already making waves at 10 a.m. Or it's 10 a.m. and he's already making waves.
Gee, I wonder where they got the name of the movie from. Hey.
That's exactly what I thought of. Yeah.
Yep.
Or just the music festival. That's probably most likely.
Well, I think it was probably from that, but then like kind of punny there with the
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness. Although I would have loved to see how far of a time jump it was. They didn't show it. I was looking for it in the movie, but it didn't show.
No, I thought they usually it says like however many months later,
Yeah.
or,
A
a
year
year
later.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't any kind of, significant time frame that was put on
Yeah.
it. So I think they
Yeah.
should have added it.
Yeah, they should have. That was probably one minor issue I had with this movie was
I agree.
it was kind of not known how far into the future the end of the movie
Correct.
was. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
I
okay.
felt like
Yeah.
it went, kind of fast
Yeah.
at that point. Like, that's what I was meaning by, like, I feel like there should have been more depth in the movie
Mhm.
itself.
Yeah.
With kind of scenes like that, like, it's just kind of,
Mhm.
because it clearly in the music industry does not work that fast.
No, I would guess it had to have been at least 6 months because I'm sure that starting a record label does not just happen like that.
Oh yeah, and all the contract signing and everything that
Yeah.
comes along with it, and all the artists you're going to sign.
Yeah.
I mean, having worked in the music industry before this, I know that it's not like an instant thing.
Yeah, I mean, my dad is even a musician, so I know it
Yeah.
from that. So
Yes.
it doesn't just happen like that.
Nope, not at all.
I think I would rate this movie 9 out of 10. What about you?
I would say 8.5 or 9 for me.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something, a couple of things that we're missing or
Yeah.
lacking.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like there should have been more
Mhm.
music wise in the film.
Yeah.
And with the time jump,
Yeah.
it kind of
I can see that. Yeah.
pushes it down a little bit for me.
Yeah, that's why I didn't give it a full 10 out of 10. But it was still a great movie and I really enjoyed it.
I loved it. Like I said, Holland Roden. I mean, I would watch anything that she's in.
Yes, me too. She was great and I thought the chemistry between her and Corey and even the rest of the cast was
I agree.
wonderful.
Chemistry was on point for the whole movie.
Yeah. And Tegan did an incredible job too. She's one of my favorites.
I agree.
Well, this was so much fun. Thank you, Kimberly, for joining me for this review. I had a great time.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Of course, I will definitely have you back on again in the future.
Oh, thanks so much, Nicole. I appreciate it.
Of course. All right, Hallmarkies. I think that wraps up our review of Making Waves, starring Corey Cott and Holland Roden. If you enjoyed this episode, you can like this video. And if you want to hear more of my movie reviews from Hallmark, Great American Family, or Up TV, you can subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoy and have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and we will see you next time. We love y'all. Bye!